Okay, how's that? Are we back? Are we better? I tried to delete the other one and start a new one. Oh, good gravy. Oh, for crying out loud. All right, I'm just gonna turn it and figure out the technical crap later. I'm so sorry. I don't know why this is such an issue for me. I'm so sorry. Okay, so who's ready to get painty? I am. That's for sure. Is everyone so we're gonna try a new painting technique today. We're going to hey Barbara, hey Kim, to paint with a different medium. So we're going to paint with Catherine Pooler inks. So I thought we'd use Coral Cabana and Lime Ricky. I don't think I have a pink really. So because I wanted to do the Aunt D art printable, but I did want to. There's a couple things about the properties of these inks that are kind of interesting. Okay, let's see. Hey Nancy, how are you? Let's see. Okay, hey Aunt Mer. Hey Carmen, hi Debbie. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna do the so I had started this one the other day with just watercolors. So I wanted to show you that you can do like all different mediums on the same hi Kathy Upchurch, on the same sheet, right? So Lime Ricky, we are going to, so do you see that Catherine Pooler ink pads are super, where's my camera? There we go. Super, it's spongy. You see, like it's really spongy and it's super juicy. And so I'm just gonna put some ink down like that. And then I'm gonna add some water like we do all the time. And I'm just doing it on my craft mat. You could do it on whatever you have, like paper, like a plate or a palette, whatever you is your palette of choice. But just know that you can use kind of anything as a palette, right? So I'm gonna get a bigger brush here. So you can see that because this is a water-soluble ink, it too is, you can make it into watercolor, right? But do you see, like you can kind of see my brush strokes? So we'll need to be mindful of that as we paint, right? But remember, this is just our first washy layer of paint. Okay. Okay, so let's get a little bit more water in there. I'm going to deepen along this left side because I feel like that's where my shadow is. Is anybody talking to me? No. Hi, Keela Reeves. Right? And I feel like down here is going to be a deeper shade because it's where two things meet, right? And then this side. And then this side. And up here. And then here. And then what about right here? We want this a little bit deeper so that we can make it more, have more dimension, like big round. You did? Oh. Really? Connecting just to Facebook? Lori, you know you have, it's Lime Ricky, but it's Catherine Pooler ink. But you can use whatever you have, right? You can use whatever ink. So do you see how that, it's super squishy. Ooh, Catherine Pooler today, Keels. Camping, I was just telling Jeff about, like, I don't even really like s'mores, Aunt Mer, but I told him, I go, you know what? It's such a childhood memory of cooking a hot dog on a stick and then cooking a marshmallow on that same stick. Oh my God, I just love that. I don't love s'mores very much. I do like a roasted marshmallow, but I need about one for my whole year. I don't really need more than that. I'm going to deepen down here too. So now I'm going to really water this down. Connecting to, well, you know what? I started out, shut up, Aunt Mer. Store-bought fudge. Not a Hershey bar. Come on. I'll be right over. I do like fudge. So I'm just gonna try and deepen this a little bit. So I started the video and then I turned it off and started it on again because I was trying to get it horizontal, and then as you can see, I am vertical again because somewhere along the line I missed a step. Whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry. You do it. Oh, does it? It does. Interesting, Lori. I know, I do love Lime Ricky. So I'm using Lime Ricky and Coral Cabana. But I do have this color that I really wanted to show you. And that means we're going to have to paint something else so that I can show you the craziness of it. So to just show you the... So I'm going to paint this heart here with this color called Juniper Mist. So do you see it looks like a deep, dark blue. Okay, I'm going to clean my brush. Am I blurry or is that just what I see? Do you guys see clear? There's always this weird lag between me talking and what you see. So that's kind of a weird thing. But anyway, okay. So I added some water to this blue. So do you see it's like this deep, dark blue. Which I'm going to paint. I just have to show you this cool technique. Ooh, I bet we could mix the Lime Ricky with this. That might be pretty. So all of these colors are dye-based, like I said, but Catherine Pooler's ink is just a little bit different. It's a little bit, it has some of the properties of like an oxide. So it reacts to, so I'm deepening the colors again, right? It reacts to water in a really interesting way. but especially with this blue. So I want to really deepen the blue. Oh, good, 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 good. I'm so glad it's clear. I mean, I'm not trying to sell you on buying more inks. Just, I wanted you to see that I really like Catherine Pooler inks. I have way more distress colors. They were kind of they were there first. And you know, how many kinds of dye-based inks do I need? Because I don't know. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna let that sit, right? We're gonna let it dry, and then I'm gonna show you something super cool. But do you see how deep and dark blue it is? Wait till you see. Okay, so now we're gonna come back here, and we could paint these up here with like a really light shade of Lime Ricky. Oh, excuse me. You know, it's interesting that all of her colors have really cool names. But you know what? I think Tim Holtz colors have really cool names too. So that's kind of a fun thing. They are beautiful. They are beautiful. Thank you, Keels. She has, so like I said, so that blue that I chose is called Juniper Mist. And she has Tiki Torch, yellow. And so we can certainly build colors like we do with watercolor, right? We're gonna just start out with a base of color. And then come back and build color and build dimension, complementary colors. Okay, now we're gonna let that set that aside to dry. Hi, Jamie. Hey, Rebecca. Thank you. Thank you, Rebecca. Okay, this is still a little bit damp, but I really want to show you something cool. So everybody's done this with, if you just flick some water on here, it's gonna create that oxide-y kind of effect. But the color that shows through, you will die. It's like magic. It's kind of a pink. It's not happening yet. I think I should have let it dry all the way. Oh well. So we'll set this aside and then we'll come back. Let's see. What else do we have to paint? Oh, we can paint this guy. Paint this with the you know, I don't like to waste paint. I don't like to waste color, ever. So I have this Juniper Mist. And then the other colors that I brought up are Aquatini. Get out! How cute is that? Mardi Gras, Eucalyptus, Tiki Torch, and Coral Cabana. So let's try eucalyptus. Not exactly sure what that looks like, but I think it might be a nice stem. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty. And just like any watercolors, we can enhance all of this artwork with colored pencils. Hey Christine, how are you? Haven't talked to you in a long time. Okay, I'm just adding a little bit of dark. So I'm feeling like, why don't I just put some of that nice green up here? So how is everyone today? Are you having a nice day? Is it nice at your house? Is it hot? Is it rainy? Is it burning? I hope everyone is fine. That's for sure. Okay. I kind of dig that that green went up inside of that blue. That's kind of pretty. Get the green off the paintbrush. So where are you camping at, Aunt Mer? Okay, I'm coming in with some of that blue and deepening up the side. Remember how we did this the other day? Hey Monica, I'm working. Where do you live, Monica? Are you here in Arizona? Are you someplace else? Oh, Claire, that's so pretty. It's 90 in Prescott. That's interesting. It is kind of hot for you guys, isn't it? Well, it's still just hot here. I'm just gonna say. Hot, hot, hot. Oh, I'm loving that. That's so pretty, isn't it? That's really pretty. I wonder how Tiki Torch, that might be too, let's do these. Can't waste that color. I'm wondering about Tiki Torch for the background of this. I don't know. If it was really watery maybe, because then it would just be a nice, like a mustardy background. Remember we had talked about that the other day? Indiana! So you are neighbors with our friend Rebecca. She is in Indiana too, Rebecca Marco. Monica, do you ever shop at a store called the Doodlebug? She's in Jasper. My friend Hannah owns that store, and she's just about the nicest person. She is, she is. Okay, I'm just using up this color. So I know that I have 3 different color, Cedar Lake. Oh, you lived in Cedar Lake. You're still here, right, Christy? Okay, just gonna use up that. Wipe that up. and now I still have a little bit of green, so we're going to use up that. Paint some more stems. Aunt Mer, who's with you? Hannah is a delight, isn't she, Rebecca? I just love her. She's as sweet and kind and accommodating as they come. And she's a darling store. From what I've seen online, my goal is to visit every store that I've drawn stamps for. I'm getting there, but still have a little ways to go. Someday, you know, when we're COVID free, that'll be a nice day, won't it? Let's see. All right, that's pretty. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside to dry. And you know what I'm thinking? Let's come in to these cacti, and now I'm going to come in with that eucalyptus, right? I'm just going to darken where I had darkened earlier with the exact same color, but now I'm going to deepen it a little bit more. But remember, this is on regular cardstock, so I don't have a lot of wiggle room. So any blending that I want to do, I need to do pretty quick. So I dip my brush in the water, then I tap off the excess, and then I come in and I do that jiggy 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 jiggy, right? To kind of just soften those edges. There we go. And same up here. Perfect. And come over here. Create a little bit of a dimension here. And do the same thing where I... Does it? Oh, thank you, Nancy. Oh, my mom said she met Pup and she just loves. But you know, this family loves babies and puppies, that's for sure. Okay, I'm going to soften the edges up here. I'm already digging that. You know what, I'm wondering if I come in here and do a little bit by each of the spines kind of are in the cactus. If I deepen that, I'm going to just deepen it kind of in a watery way. And remember that I'm going to come back in with color pencils and enhance what I did. So, taking that. Whoa, that was a lot. All right, so let's try up here. So I feel like here would be deeper because remember this one is on top, so this one is going to be a little bit darker underneath here and right here. But we're going to try and jiggy jaggy it while it's still kind of wet. And then here, right? Because this is going to be light because it's right on top. But I really want to think about these guys. These little, I don't know what these are, like little baby arms. I don't know. Someone asked me if this is a prickly pear. I said, well, in an ideal world, I guess, but it just kind of came out of my head. Lori, how are you? Are you brand new here? If you are, be sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs, and then DM me your email so that we can keep in touch. All right. Little tiny bit of color left. I mean, that's the beauty, is that we can just keep building, 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 right? This looks so good, doesn't it? Ooh, I like that eucalyptus looks so good on top of the lime Ricky. All right, let's clean that up. All right, this is dry now. It's still kind of wet. And it's kind of hot in my kitchen, so I'm gonna, see if I can dry it out a little bit. Well, let's just start another. And another, and another. All right, should we do something kind of funky? Let's try, so I have aquatini and this Mardi Gras, and I don't know exactly what color Mardi Gras is, so let's just see. So I'm gonna, ooh, pretty, and aquatini, pretty. All right, we're not gonna know the real color until we put some water on there, right? I just thought it might be fun to have some kind of funky, ooh, look at that kind of turquoisey color, and kind of aqua. Ooh, pretty. So let's try the, what did I say? Mardi Gras first. Let's see, let's do this one with the Mardi Gras. Oh, look how pretty that is. I think that is lovely. And remember, it's okay if you kind of overshoot the edge on the, especially on the independent piece of artwork, that right here, the individual piece of artwork, because you're going to fussy cut this, right? So you're going to cut off all those places where you put too much paint. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit. Look how pretty that is. Clean my brush, turn my paper. And let's try, this one is aquatini. Ooh, pretty! Wouldn't this look cool with like a hot pink background, or, golly, like a hot pink, or like a mustardy yellow. I'm kind of into that mustardy yellow these days. What else do I have? Coral. Ooh, that would be pretty, wouldn't it? And I think that just like any other watercolor painting, remember you can water, Christine. It's just water in this weird little bottle that I got from a company that I ordered some watercolor, some handmade watercolors from. This the stamp, the cactus, is my Aunt D art printable that's available on my website, Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs. Be sure to go there and look at all my art printables that you can print out and then paint and color and then make cards out of. I'll show you, the other day I did some other cards with the same art printable. So I did this one, and here's one that's kind of still a work in progress, the slim line right here, and then here's the independent piece of art right here, right? So each sheet will provide you artwork for 3 artsy cards and 2 sentiments. So be sure to look for them on Corbiere-Scott and I know, don't you love that, Keely? I love when I make a whole bunch of them. And I kind of have to wait for that mood to hit, and then I'm just, because like the painting part is like one kind of part of my noggin, and then, hey Jan Golden, and then the finishing part, that's kind of like, I have to think about it in a different way, like what color mat do I want to use, and what kind of embellishments do I want to use, what do I want to do as a background. So anyway, please continue to me and my small business by purchasing my art printables at Corbiere-Scott and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Let's see if this one is, it's still a little bit wet. But that's kind of cool because while it's wet, I can kind of push it up from the back and it's kind of making it puffy. Do you see the little bit puffiness of it? I don't know if you can see that. I wonder if I can make that stay. So I'm just running my finger. Oh man, look how much water I got in there. But do you see, I'm just running my finger along there, so it's kind of creating some dimension. That's kind of cool, stretching out the fibers in that paper. But I also wanted to show you the splatter. You know what, let's paint on here a little bit more, and then we can do the splatter thing on the blue heart. So let's try this, what is this, aquatini. I'm going to try that in these dots, and I'm going to kind of come down here where the color is more concentrated, not as watery, because I'm using a little brush because I'm going into these little areas. I don't want too much to kind of overflow into the rest of the flower. Oh my gosh, I just love when I get all this painting done. Oh, so let's see. Jan, I am using a couple of different kinds of paper. So for watercolor, I either print just out on white cardstock and then limit the amount of water that I use. Or there is a, Jan, are you from here? Are you from the States? There is a watercolor paper company called, well, they do stamps and watercolor paper, and their watercolor, it's called Northwoods. I think they're out of Wisconsin, maybe? No, I don't remember. It's a Midwest state. Anyway, Northwoods watercolor paper is quite thin, and that's what I'm painting on for these. And they are, so Jan, are you from Wisconsin? This watercolor paper is like maybe between 80 and 90 pound. So if you can find some watercolor paper someplace that's between 80 and 90 pound, it'll go through your inkjet printer. But if you can't, you will need to either get a laser printer. If you have a laser printer, it will probably go through that. If not, you can take it to like Kinko's or Office Max, and Northwood should run through their machines easy. They might act weird about it, but it should really go through their machines easily. But some of the other things I've painted today, I've painted all on regular cardstock that I just ran through my printer at home. Okay, so come on, how cute is that? Oh my gosh, I have stuff everywhere now. Let's see. So this, regular cardstock. This, watercolor. Look at that. Kind of digging that though. What do you think, you guys? I really like that, where it blooms like that, because it looks almost kind of tie-dye-ish. I wonder if I can recreate it kind of all over. Remember that once you buy these, you can print them as many times as you want. Once you download it onto your computer, you can print it as many times as you want. So you can experiment, right? You can, hey Carolyn Kavanaugh, you can, whoops, wrong color. You can, like I said, you can print as many times as you want. So you can print out some on watercolor and print some on just regular cardstock. You can print it on vellum. So you experiment and play with that. I'm always printing on something different, just kind of see. And then I'm always using different kinds of things to paint with because I just want to see. Okay, so I still have quite a bit of this Mardi Gras. So let's kind of do another coat of that. And you know, I'm thinking that if it gets really wrinkly like that, the blue heart, I bet you could just put it under a couple of books or where in Wisconsin are you, Jan? Are you northern Wisconsin or southern Wisconsin? You can run 140 through your, really? Keels, that's impressive. So I just want to really kind of look at how pretty those are. Let's set that aside. What else did I do with that color? Oh, those pink flowers. All right. Now you can see a little bit how it lightened. All right. So we're gonna let that soak in and then we'll pat it off and see. There, you can see it's starting to get pink, pink, pink. It's so pretty. It's so, so pretty when it, seriously, I just love it. Let's see what happens now. It's happening a little bit, not as, oh, there you can kind of see it, how it turns pink. I wonder if I did it on the watercolor one, if it would be more, if it would show more. Let's try that. What else do I have? This one, I guess. Okay. Juniper Mist. Biggish brush. The thing with watercolor paper is it can take so much more water, right? And your blending time is a little bit more, it's a little longer because it can hold more water. Regular cardstock, not so much. So I, sometimes I like to die cut it first, like with the, a stitchy slimline die, like I have on the, I think I've talked about those on other paint parties. Like I have the ones from Trinity, I just love them. Sometimes I like to die cut before I paint, because then the paint kind of sinks in there and it looks kind of quilty. I kind of dig that. Oh, I need to say a giant thank you to everyone who came out and watched the video live on Saturday, or the ones who watched it on the replay with the city of Peoria. I appreciate and I just adore all of your support. That just meant the world to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it was a fun experience. You know, I had never done anything in that kind of a arena with my art. I was telling a friend, I go, you know, it's kind of a weird thing. You know, all of you that come here are interested in art. That was to kind of like the public. So it was kind of weird. Like it was weird to people that maybe aren't card makers or aren't artsy at all, to like explain what I do and how I do it. And I was a little nervous, I must admit, but you know what? Done is better than perfect, and I did it, and so I will be better prepared for the next time, right? Okay, so these three are super wet. Let's see how this is doing. Can you start to see the pink coming through? And I think the more you just keep adding. I wonder if we splatter it with that blue. I bet that would be pretty. Am I losing everyone with all my weird things? Oh, Northeast. So okay, so Jan, do you go to Winneconne Crafts? I am going to be, Margaret, the owner of Winneconne Crafts, is a friend of mine, and she and I are cooking up something fun. I drew, so let's see what happens with that. Who knows? I drew 2 sets of Wisconsin stamps for her. Oh. Christine, Catherine Pooler. So I don't want anyone to feel like this is a Tim Holtz $20 craft mat. It is not. It is a $5 Amazon one. So you see that it has all of these splotches from all of my projects. There's no getting around it. Oh, well, Jan, you'll have to check her out. She's super nice, and Winneconne is just the most darling little town. I just love it. I have taught at her store before, and like I said, she and we have some kind of a little something fun planned in a couple weeks. So you have to be sure to follow me here so that you know you are in the know for all the happenings in my artsy world. Hi, Ra. Sorry, needed another drink. Okay, so I still have some of these colors left over. I need to add some to these flowers. Let's fiddle with that a little bit. I think I used the bluer one. I think I used Aquatini. that. And here's the thing with water soluble mediums, once they're dry, you can still reactivate it. So even if you have painted and then you set it aside for a while, you can just come back in with your damp brush. Remember, rinse your brush, pat it off on your paint cloth, then you can still come in and soften those edges, right? With that jiggy-jaggy technique. See what I mean? Like you can just, so then you can build. Hey Jennifer. Oh, we would love to have you. We would love to have you. That's for sure. One more artsy friend for our artsy crew. I wonder if we come in and just kind of introduce a little bit of this aquatine to this flower that I painted with the juniper berry. Kind of digging that combination. That's pretty, isn't it? And I'm telling you, when you start to mix and mingle colors, your paintings will take on a whole new level of amazingness. You will have, they won't look so flat, right? Let's try a little bit down here. So like I said, remember we can add this and let it sit, because these are on watercolor paper. Remember, if you're painting on watercolor paper, you have a little more time to blend. And look at that, we used it all up. Yay! I don't like wasting color. All right, let's see, what else do we have? Oh, I was gonna see. Now this is chancy, but let's try. We're gonna try some of this, what did I say? Mardi Gras up here. So we're just gonna tap it out, right? And tap down here, because this is the deeper area, right? Wipe off that excess and then come back in and just really work that in. Work those edges. Pretty. Here. Add little bits. Out. Remember, this one is on, like I said, it's on regular cardstock, so you kind of have to work a little harder, but remember I told you, you can make anything work. You just need to get to know it, right? Get to know your paints, get to know your papers, your brushes, all of those things. And I'm telling you, you would be amazed at what you can create. It's kind of a big brush. I'm not usually such a big brush user, but that's all right. I'm kind of digging this Mardi Gras because it's kind of a blue green. you know, and I'm feeling like I could add some of that Coral Cabana and just take it to the next level. Right? So let's come back in with just some water, see if we can loosen that up a little bit. Add a little bit more, and then we're going to set that aside to dry. So here, here, here. Just want to get kind of a hint of that color. All right, wipe it off. Rinse our brush, and then start to move that around a little bit. You want it nice and painterly, right? Oh golly, I know you just said 10 minutes. Kills, where are we? Sorry. Okay, so we can let that sit and dry all the way and see what happens. And look at that. Oh, I'm just loving that. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, let's try some of this Coral Cabana. And I'm feeling like maybe some of that Tiki Torch. Like those colors. Ooh! Thanks, Jamie. Let's try some of this Tiki Torch and Coral Cabana and just see if we can just add a little bit of rounding out to some of these cactus hearts, right? So I'm adding some of that Tiki Torch, and then some of this Coral Cabana, I'm gonna add Coral Cabana in there for sure. Rinse and move that around. Same here. Soften that edge. And remember, like always, your colored pencils at the end can help you out a lot. Or you can come back in with some of the Lime Ricky and soften that by covering a bunch of that up. Do you know what I mean? So here, let's put some Coral Cabana inside of each of these. Did I get them all? I think so. So now I'm going to come in with a little bit more concentrated Coral Cabana. Yep, I'm digging that. Let's try that again. And when this dries, it dries a little bit chalky, I think, because it has that almost like an oxide in the hi Becky Davis. almost an oxide properties. So just know that you're going to get kind of a different effect, and that's cool. Hey Becky, are you new here? If you are, please follow me and like me at Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook and Instagram. You know, I'm stacking stuff on top of each other, and now oh my gosh, the whole table's covered in things to be made into cards now. That's kind of, I'm digging that. I'm feeling like I can really play with that some more. And this too. And this, now this looks so blah. It doesn't have more colors. And this, speckly magic. But I'm feeling like I want to add something kind of pinky in here to like feed off of that blue, purpley vibe that's there. What else did we do? These, I'm feeling like I really want to add some corals to these. And because these are with that juniper mist, I feel like I really want to play up that purpley pinky vibe on that. Like maybe paint the back. And remember that you could do this and then come in with your Prima watercolors and paint your background. Remember, if it's water based, you can totally mix it up. You can mix colors together. You can do all kinds of things. Hi, Carolyn. So if you are new here, please know that every Tuesday and Thursday we do a paint along, a pop-in paint party with my art printables, which are available on my website, Corbiere-Scott-Designs.com. And on Saturday, so we'll do this again on Thursday at 2 o'clock Arizona time. And on Saturdays, we do Let's Get Artsy Together apart, right back here on Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook at noon Arizona time. And that's where we do a little bit of an artist study. We do a kind of a nod to all kinds of different famous artists, and we do them in our art journal. And your art journal can be whatever you have. It can be a $1 million art journal, or it can be a composition book, or it can be a piece of typing paper, copy paper. It could be whatever I want. I don't ever want people to feel like they can't make art because they don't have the exact supplies that somebody else does. We can always, please, we can make whatever you've got work. I promise. So, am I getting close, Keels? So, Darlene, Carolyn, and Becky, I hope that you will follow me on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube at Corbiere-Scott Designs. And then go to my website, Corbiere-Scott-Designs.com, and purchase some of my art printables so you can paint along with me on Thursday. You know what? And I just thank you all so very much for joining me every week and getting painty with me and watch me experiment and watch if something works or doesn't work. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I just look forward to these little moments in my week where I can just be free and make art, and hope that I inspire you to just be free and make art. I hope everybody has a great Tuesday. I know I will. I'm going to be continuing to paint at my kitchen table all of these things that I just started. And then I'm going to make them into cards and send them off to you guys. Remember, if you order 4 or more of my art printables, I will send you a handmade card and a little something extra. I have a big stack that I'm still writing out. Hey, Shells! So just know that they are on their way. I know I keep saying that, but they are. Every day I mail a couple more. I hope that everybody just gets artsy a little bit every day. Do something, doodle, paint, whatever it is. If you're a cook, whatever your thing is, I hope that you do it, because it gives us something else to focus on besides ick. There's already enough ick. We need fun, right? I adore you all. Thank you so very much for coming and getting artsy with me today. And I will see you on Thursday, where we will be painting on this Aunt D art printable again, but in a different way. I will talk to you all on Thursday. If not sooner, who knows? I adore you all. Thank you. Bye.